Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston, and today we're talking about the news. And we had a great week this week. We got some starter deck cards revealed. We got the ban list officially talked about. They dropped a lot of things on the website. And let's first jump into our starter deck reveals. We started off with a super rare, and I believe these are coming from a Shonen Jump link, so we will get eventually these cards officially revealed on the website and Twitter probably in the next few weeks, because that starter deck's coming out really quickly. So we'll probably get I believe it's usually around 17 cards in the next week or two, so that we get them all before the set comes out. But let's talk about this Nami. Nami, black character, 3 cost, 2k power, Straw Hat Crew, 1k counter. Blocker, on play if you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, and you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, draw 1 card. So, 8 or higher cost character on board. The point of this deck is going to be to increase the cost of your characters so that you can get these effects. But it's hard to think that on turn 1, so that you can play this card on turn 2, you'll have a card with 8 or higher, because being a 3 cost, if you want to play it on curve, that's turn 2. I'm assuming that you're going to be playing this card late in the game as your in-game blocker, which lowers its value in my mind. And then the additional restriction of having 6 or less cards in your hand to be able to draw really puts this into a very small amount of play area for me. At least initially. It would be really nice if we're getting, like, by turn 3, which would be your 6 dawn phase. That's still too late for me, but being able to draw a card is always going to be a good thing. So I do think this will see play. It's just weird in general that it has such a high restriction. Luckily, it's not a dawn restriction. I hate dawn restrictions where you have to have 8 or more dawn or something. Really limits your play, even if you're playing ramp. So having a cost card on it's just an interesting mechanic, and I'm gonna really look forward to what they're doing with these, because it could just write off the deck from the start, because it's just not a viable effect to do. We're gonna move on to the second card that we got here. Usopp, black character, 3 cost, 4k power, Straw Hat Crew, 1k counter. Dawn times 1 when attacking. If you have a character with a cost of 8 or more, KO up to one of your let's try that again. KO up to 1 character of your opponents with a cost of 4 or less. Okay, so again, a 3 cost that requires to have a 8 cost on board to KO a 4 or less. It's very interesting. I'm assuming it's going to be very easy to get 8 costs. 2 of the effects rely on it. Both of the effects that we've seen so far rely on it. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a mid to late game deck. It'll be really interesting to see how we incorporate the plus cost from this starter deck with all the minus cost from all of the previous black stuff. It'll be really cool to see a nice flow between those, where we're increasing our characters to get KOs and minusing your opponent's characters to hit bigger KOs. But really, it's just an interesting concept to be able to do this effectively. And I hope they pull it off nicely, but we'll really have to wait and see, because it's hard to tell what exactly we're getting here just based off of the first 2 cards. But we got some more things to talk about here, so let's jump into booster pack reveals here. This is an OP08 art reveal, pack reveal. We did know that it was going to be called 2 Legends at some point. I believe I knew that already. But we got Silver Israeli coming, and more Whitebeard stuff. So the title here says, the Pirate King's right-hand man, Silver Israeli, finally joins the battle. New deck based on the themes of Whitebeard, Pirates, Beast Pirates, Big Mom Pirates are also available. This feels like a standard allotment. There's nothing special there. We'll have to see if stuff in the higher range of rarities changes. We did get special treasure rares and English packs this time, so I'm wondering if we will get something similar in Japan. But rebuilding Whitebeard Pirates, Beast Pirates, and Big Mom Pirates again, I'm assuming they're not going to be red for Whitebeard, blue or purple for Beast, and yellow for Big Mom. I think that we wouldn't continue to support those, but move them differently, kind of like we did with the Straw Hats, have hit pretty much every color at this point. That's my assumption, is we're going to move through them in different colors, and possibly get well, we've seen Ace in blue, so Whitebeard Pirates in blue, giving them a blue leader, possibly a red blue leader. What other things have we seen? Do we get a black Big Mom Pirate set here? Because we have the yellow black leader. I'm honestly okay with the Beast Pirates staying in blue and purple. Those are still completely, like, in my opinion, unplayable, at least in a decent competitive scene. Maybe your locals, you can play some blue-purple stuff and get away with stealing some wins because your opponents aren't expecting it, but you probably still outright lose to the top competitive decks, even to like decent players, while good players are just going to destroy you. So I wouldn't mind getting Beast Pirates in purple and blue still, because they need that support. They are not viable. Yeah, I would love to see something that, I mean, we have 3 Beast Pirate leaders, if I remember, 2 Kaidos and a King, getting King support, because King was unplayable because it took 10 Dawn to activate its effect. So it'd be really interesting to see if we can actually make that viable, or even get a new leader. I guess Queen is also there at blue-yellow, so we could see yellow Beast Pirates to help the Queen deck. Really, I would love to see like Smile get a actual usable mechanic. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see it. We're getting Silver Israeli, so we might get more Roger Pirates. That would be a blessing to actually get our King of Pirates now, 8 sets in. So we'll look forward to it. The next thing up here is the English release of the Three Brothers deck. I don't believe we have a card list yet, but I will link the Japanese card list in the description so that you can see what is coming. We already seen all these cards, and we know 2 of these leaders make a huge impact. I'll let you read the cards and figure out which ones. It's probably the 2 on the right. I don't think Sabo actually ever did anything, but the Luffy and the Ace actually get talked about. The Luffy, I think, ends up being competitive. I haven't paid too much attention to these decks just because we've had this problem, which is going to be solved. So in Japan, it's happening at the end of this month, beginning of next month, beginning of April, I believe. And for the English players, it's happening June 21st. So probably in relation to the set releases that is happening in Japan. I don't remember the set releases for English, but I'm assuming this corresponds with set 7 being released here, which bans Sakazuki, Great Eruption, and Reject. So get your play in while you can, because they're going soon, which, I mean, June is not soon enough. That gives us a lot of big tournaments that you can still play Sakazuki, and you don't need to fully sell your Sakazuki deck until quite a bit of time. But this was coming. We knew this was coming from Worlds a couple weeks ago, and I'm happy to see it go, and also very sad. we could have gone a different direction and made more leaders and more things more usable like this. Having a deck that is consistent isn't a bad thing. It's that none of the other decks have that same consistency. And that's the actual root of this problem. It's not that Sakazuki is a leader that needed to go. It's just that we didn't have cards in the rest of the game that make this leader on equal footing. It being just so easy to use. But with that promo coming out, I can assume that this leader's never coming back. If they're making a blue-black Sakazuki promo leader to replace this, I have a really, really, really strong feeling this is going to be permanently banned. If not, take several years to get off. It's just an opinion. I have no source for that data. But putting a leader like this and then immediately announcing a leader to replace it really gives me the feeling that this ain't coming back anytime soon. But it will be playable for most of this year, so enjoy it while you get your promos, get those top in your regionals as much as you can, get all that local promos from local tournaments, win those case tournaments and everything with this leader while you can, because it's such a high tier leader throughout. We do see it drop in value now that set 6 is out, but still is an incredible leader in the highest of tiers, I believe. So moving on to online regionals here, we got second wave online regionals announced, and this is online and offline. I'm only going to show one of the web pages because the only thing I really wanted to talk about was we got dates and sign up dates being the end of this month, March 31st. But the interesting thing we have here is our participation for online and offline is one participation pack, so one promo pack and 5 booster packs. I have really mixed feelings about this. Let me pull up Wave 1 and show you why. This is the Wave 1 prize support, and all of these tournaments you have already signed up for. Online and offline had the same prize support with some minor differences for stamps and stuff like that. But online regional pack volume 1, it's a 2 of, you get 2 event pack volume 3s and 1 Dawn, compared to the next set here, scroll back down here, 5 packs. So when I look at value for entering a tournament, value is way down for 5 packs. I understand that packs get sold for $15+, but the cards that come out of it are very low value in comparison to tournament packs, where each card is very expensive to get if you don't get into these tournaments, which are hard to get into. So I have mixed feelings, especially if the price point stays up. Participation pack being 1 pack here. So this will make packs more abundant, which will lower the value. So you're not I don't see anyone actually buying these packs for $10 from you when everyone's getting them. So the value of the packs is already going to go down. So you're not going to get and then the cards inside are, if you hit an alt art, if you hit a leader, you get $100. While in the previous set, each of these cards, you get 2 of these, the Zoro being incredible, and you get 1 or 2 of these, which are just alt art, so they're not going to be as expensive as the cards that are getting their first printing, this Zoro being pretty sought after for its dual typing and stuff like that, and great effect. It's tough to consider the value of entering these tournaments. I would love to see them add more things to this, adding the Dawn card as participation, because that means the Dawn card participation that you're getting here is the only time it's going to happen, which sucks because we want to get those Dawns. We want a ton of them because they're incredible. So I have mixed feelings. I hope they adjust and improve that so that there's more participation stuff and it's not just 5 packs, because 5 packs is $25 worth of cards, and you might get a hit or you might get nothing, and it's worth bulk. Especially, I have mixed feelings. Let me know in the comments what you think about that adjustment of 5 booster packs over several tournament packs and stuff like that. I feel like it's bad. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. I mean, getting access to cards is great, but also they could just make sure that the access is there without scalper pricing and not do this, because it just means scalpers are going to be the first to sign up to these and sell these packs for $10 to $15 anyways. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. The last thing here is hope. This is, they're talking about a conference, basically a YouTube live stream, where they're going to talk about their plan. I'm assuming it's going to mirror the plan that we saw in last week's video that they released at the con. But it could be anything. It could be talking about simul release. It could be talking about what they're doing with leaders and trying to bring Sakazuki back. We have no idea. We have no idea what this is. All we have is hope. Hope that they bring the current release dates up so that we end up having simul releases with Japan so that we actually can have an impact on the meta. It feels like we just follow along what Japan is doing, and there's not much room for creativity because there's not enough sets yet to mix and match enough to make something interesting. And then there's also there's not enough creativity because your leader and deck is very set in stone by the time they come out 3 months after the official release in Japan. So maybe it's that, maybe it's nothing, maybe they're just doing, who knows what they're doing. It could be anything, from talking about releases that haven't come out yet to just talking about set 8 and 9. All theories, nothing set in stone. We will be watching that and commenting on it when it does come out March 29th. And the nearest news that we release on that. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to get more One Piece TCG content, hit that subscribe. And until next time, peace.